Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Craft the World. And on this episode, we are going to continue where we left off. Now, you can see my guys are, basically up here getting wood. I don't know why they're all confused. Like, they should be returning back to the base. Let's see, we did get some more, yeah, we got some more stone, or not stone, but wood flooring. So we're going to go ahead and keep replacing that. Replace earth, replace earth. I think we got to about here before we had to stop. So that is as far as we can go. Because again, once you replace this flooring, you can't replace the backdrop. I don't know why they have it that way, but it wouldn't let me do it over here, which is kind of unfortunate. Unless, of course, maybe you're going to put like a different type of tile. But if you want like the stone that's the same color as this wall right here, behind this stone that's already here, you can't do it. All you can do is change the flooring style from, like a corner piece to a flat piece or something along those lines. That's all you can ever do. Let me put that back. There we go. But yeah, it's kind of important. You'd have to tear up the whole floor, then put the backdrop of the tile that you want, this one in particular, and then put the floor back. And that's a lot of work. And everything up here on the top would have, gotten not destroyed, but fallen through, and I had to replace it and stuff. So yeah, it's an extreme amount of effort to go through to do that. And I just didn't have it in me to really mess with that at the moment. So let's see. We need to pick up some of this scaffolding, and we need to take it over here. I didn't even know we were missing a piece over there. So this is the difficult part with the scaffolding, because this is already a room that we had been using for a long time. So even if you like to dig from the top, unless you, or even if you did replace or dig through all these blocks to leave it empty void in the front and the back, you're still gonna have to get up here and somehow put in a panel if you want that illusion there. So scaffolding does play a part, but for the most, if you really wanted to get away with it, you could have like 6 or 7 scaffolding and just have them go one row after another, and then move it over and do it again, and another one and another one. It would take you a long time, and you would have to basically micromanage the entire thing from start to finish. And some people may like that. You may like to sit there and watch the progress go, especially if you just want a nice relaxing play, or if you're not sure how it's going to turn out looking and you want to be able to make changes on the fly without it going by too quick and having to undo some of the work you just did. You can kind of play it this way. But I don't know, I find something very fulfilling in putting these things down and seeing the result that you get out of it. It's probably why I like Minecraft and TerraTech, the games that I've been playing lately, is because they have the same thing. You get to build from stuff that other people might use to destroy or something like that. Like with TerraTech, you're like the destroyer and the builder. Every enemy you destroy, you could pick up blocks that he drops. It's kind of like Legos meet BattleBots, for those of you who haven't seen it. And it's cool because you get to create, and I think that's one of the aspects in video games that I greatly enjoy, that a lot of them don't really portray enough for my taste, is the creation part. Everybody loves that blow 'em up, shoot 'em kind of movie or video game and stuff, but the ones that allow me to create something are incredibly special to me, because then I'm not just a player of the video game. Like, I am at least fooling myself into thinking like I am a game maker at that point, because you're literally making the game experience very tailored to you. And there may be thousands of people who play this game or that game or whatever game you're playing that don't have the same experiences you're having. And that's because you're controlling it, and they make different choices, even if they're just slight. And that is a pretty cool thing to think about, that, because of you, your game experience is different. And I don't know, to be able to create that kind of experience and feel like you just had a part in all their hard work, that they made it so easy that you could do it, and you can kind of fool yourself into believing that, is a pretty cool thing for a lot of us players who will probably never be part of making a video game or even closely influence a video game in any way. But just that thought, that illusion that we kind of allow ourselves. Where did I get all this water? Did they literally get all that water from those things I told them to mine? That's a lot of water. I didn't think they'd get that much, like 7 or 8 pieces maybe, but And we're gonna keep, yeah, we're gonna keep going all the way over, and then we're gonna stop right there. I think what we will do is continue the wooden wall into underneath this block, and then I want to see what the stucco wall looks like. I hadn't put any of those down yet, and they may look pretty cool. I mean, yeah, I think they might. I think they might look pretty nice. So we're gonna replace the rear, and we're gonna have to put some more scaffolding down over here for that to happen. So let's go ahead and pick this up because we don't need those anymore. Do I have any stucco? I don't know if we have any stucco. Yeah, we made a few pieces of it. Okay, so let's put that down. I'm really interested to see what these look like. I wonder why I never put one down before. So we're gonna build one right there. Actually, no, we're not. We're not gonna build that there because if I do, I think you lose the piece of scaffolding, and I'll just wait for them to finish this and then build the scaffolding here on the side or something like that. In fact, I probably don't even need the scaffolding here because they can just use the ladder. Yeah, they can just use the ladder. So yeah, I can build that. Let's build the stucco then. And they don't need this anymore, so we'll pick that up. And I missed a piece. I don't know why I keep doing that. Grab the... And, oh, of course. There we go. Pay attention. And did I ever put the... No, I did not. I never put it down here. That would be the little face guy. Which is why it doesn't extend all the way over here. You can see it just kind of cut down the center right here. Which is fine because there's not actually anything over here that would increase the, you know, the looks of it or anything. But, you know, it... And I should extend it a little bit more over here, actually. So let's... Actually, I'll wait on that one. But let's get this down for now. Nope, we don't want that. I do need to come in here and fix those tapestries as well. Let's see, have you guys finished anything over here? Nope, not yet. I need to put some lights in here. Should get them to start digging as well. You know what? We will come up here to the top and use the natural floor to dig down. Actually, hold off on that one. There we go. Did they replace the, I didn't want them to replace it. We'll have to put that back then. That sucks. Why did he stop? He's still supposed to go up to the top. I mean, there's still two pieces right here he needs to do. What is he doing? Like, why would he come over? Oh, he's gonna go chop stuff now? Wow, I really confuse these guys. That could be an issue. They do come right past here. We'll have to chop this sand as well. I'm gonna have to put some scaffolding up there just so that they can kind of seal it up. I think 2 to 3 pieces is usually good enough to stop them from wanting to dig down, but it's not a guarantee. I don't think anything really is, you know. A lot of the time they will do things that you're not expecting, you know. They will just kind of act out of the blue with behavior that is not their norm, which is, you know, kind of confusing sometimes. It usually has a reason to it, like you can usually figure out what it was later on down the road, but at the time you're like, that's just the weirdest thing ever. And yeah, it's definitely confusing. Let's go ahead and put down replace earth. We'll replace the earth over here as well because we won't be using the same color tile behind it. I think I'm going to put wood back there as well. I don't know if we should. I don't know if we should put wood back there because if we do, we'll have to expand this entire floor, and it's already pretty big. And that will leave me no room to expand down over here if I ever want to do that. So I think I'm going to leave that the way it is. In fact, let's stop that all together. Yeah, I think I'm going to stop that all together. I don't really want to put a roof in over here at all now that I'm thinking about it, because that's... I don't know if it counts as a square or not, but if the enemies get the idea that it's not that far down into my base over here, they could very easily do it. Now, I could always seal this up. Yeah, I could just seal this up, but I like having it here because there's no harm in it yet. And again, it may be words to regret, but I kind of want to leave that alone. So where am I going to put this stuff? I guess I can do I guess I can do it over here, and I'll do the wall as well. We'll replace front and put front. Yeah, we'll do that. And again, I gotta fix this. Let's get up here. We'll do some dirt. How much dirt do I have? It's a joke. I'm always at 999. Like, who uses dirt, really? How many of you guys actually build stuff with just regular dirt on such a basis that you never max out? You know, like, I can understand doing it every once in a while when you're building a farm like this or something like that where you can actually grow trees rather than cactuses. But on a regular basis, I can't picture it. You know, it just doesn't seem like it's one of those things that would actually happen terribly often. Let's gather that water. We'll gather this water as well. And I don't remember who told me about putting a totem down next to your base so that the ghosts can't come in here, but I thank you, 10,000 times over, because that used to be one of my biggest pet peeves is, gather this water. There we go. And these things had been here for ages, and I just brought them down. But yeah, that has been one of my biggest pet peeves, is just seeing that guy come by, the little ghost, and toss stuff out of my warehouse on occasions, and none of my dwarves could really ever get to him in time. And because of this totem being here, he never can make it to my base anymore, and it's just a beautiful sight to see when my dwarves get a hold of him and just completely take him to town, because that is something I sorely, so desperately wanted to do every single time he messed with my base. Like, that is, I don't know what it is about it, it's one of those things, like, he's messing with your base. You're letting him mess with something you built because you're too lazy to fix it. Like, that's basically what it comes down to. Like, if you're not lazy, you would have fixed that a long time ago. Like, why else would you let him do it, And yeah, it just kind of got under my skin that I was just not doing what I needed to do. And somehow I was fine with it. I'm like, no, I gotta fix that. And I kept saying that over and over again. I just never got enough time to do it because I was always moving on to other things. And yeah, I need to put some lights over here. And I'm gonna need a lot more stucco, which means I'm gonna need a lot more water. We got stone. We need more. Yeah, we just don't have enough wood. And I still gotta replace some traps before the next wave. Not a lot, but at least some. So we'll make all of this. Let's see. You are chopping down over here. You know what? I do got a fair bit of power. I can go ahead and use my magical forest button, which basically regrows the forest. How cool would this be to have something like this in real life? And we kind of joke about it, but I could see having like something like this in the future where it just seems like magic. Like a lot of the stuff we use nowadays, it freaking was science fiction when I was a kid. I mean, we kind of take it for granted. And like computers, I heard not too long ago that the common cell phone has like more computing power than every computer that existed like past like 30 years ago or something. And it was like, it's just the modern cell phone, the one cell phone has that much computing power. And it's it's just crazy how much technology has really entered our lives, and how cool it is that it can do all the things it can do. So I don't know, our timetable was completely and totally off when I was a kid. Like, we were saying we'd be on Mars and further, by so and so date. And they just had that the day in Back to the Future 2 where he travels into the future, and they had like the flying cars and everything like that. That day that he entered into the dashboard, they just had not too long ago, and people were having little parties and stuff to kind of celebrate the day of Back to the Future kind of thing. But it was kind of sad at the same time, because where's my flying car? Like, you gave me that dream when I was a kid that was the way to travel. That would be the easiest method. You would just sit back, and it would be like the Jetsons and stuff like that. And then it never got here. But I have faith that it will eventually. It's just probably not in the time scale that we originally thought it would be. Obviously not, because it's still not here. When we were promised it like 20 years ago. So it's just when I see games like this, and I think of, oh yeah, like a magic spell that you can cast to rainforest that then you can kind of chop down and stuff like that. I'm like, it sounds completely and totally nuts, but so does a lot of the stuff I'm using now that used to sound exactly like that. And that would be like one of the, I don't know, just like coolest things to see is to just watch like trees pop up out of the ground. And see like nature kind of coming back and stuff like that. Because if you live in a big city like I do, you get at least some of us do, anyways, get really tired of looking at concrete all day. That's buildings and concrete and more buildings and some more concrete. And Texas is a beautiful, beautiful place. And if you can just get like an hour outside of town, you can see just some amazing countryside. But inside of town, you're just kind of like any other town. You're just left with the same image over and over again. So whenever I can, I definitely try to get out into the country and stuff. But having that idea that you could just bring the country to you no matter where you're at, and you don't have to wait 10 or 15 years for the tree to grow up to a normal size, would allow some of us who would otherwise have really cool trees in our yard or in our backyard and have like really, really tall ones that are just beautiful, and you can kind of go out in your backyard and get a feel of that nature. And if enough of your neighbors do the same thing, then you have basically a small little forest back there, which is maybe too much. I mean, like, I wouldn't want to live in a very cramped forest, but very, very nice area with a lot of trees and stuff like that is my ideal kind of place with the four seasons. Because I've lived in a place long enough where a very, very long summer is very much overdone with me. I've been there, done that, and I want my four seasons. I want the different temperatures, and I don't want just one very, very, very long summer that probably sounds absolutely perfect to like teenagers who are listening. They're like, what a long summer, for real? It, like, never leaves. And yeah, for real, it never leaves. And you will never stop sweating, and you will never get a moment where the mosquitoes ever leave. And I'm making it sound really horrible, aren't I? But it's really not that bad. It's just the few things that are bad are like the things that annoy me, personally. So I do give it a little bit of a hard time, probably more than I should anyways. But let's see, should I... You know what? I'll probably replace this. Am I just adding dirt? That's weird how I could just add it. Normally I have to tell it that I want to put it on top. I don't know why that's doing that. It's kind of weird. But hopefully we can get some lights in here pretty soon. I guess it can go all the way up here. I don't know. We might have to put a couple more. That should do it. I think it can get there from everywhere else. Just can reach that like that. I will have to put some more down here, because we are going to have... No, I'm going to wait to chop that down, but I guess I can get it from underneath. At least these two. And then I'll just chop this stuff down later. Yeah, do we have any more? We do. Okay, so we will replace earth over here. See, it's asking me whether it should replace the earth now, but it wasn't doing that earlier, and I am aware that I was using dirt and not stucco, but it should still have asked me. Replace the... There we go. That was really fast, actually. Let's replace earth as well. Okay, so I don't know if we should continue on in this direction. How far? Maybe line it up with this one and kind of end them both off right there, and give my base a nice kind of somewhat even distribution to it. I mean, yeah, it does get smaller over here and then larger down here on the bottom. Yeah, this right here, the brick color, and the fact that it's a lower between these two floors, really reminds me of SimCity, where like this would be the basement garage. For any of you guys who may have never played that game, it's one of those ones where, or not SimCity, SimOffice, that you had to build basically your own office building. You could make it an apartment building, or you could put suites in there and make it basically an office building. The office buildings were very, very slow to do, and they didn't make you a lot of cash at the beginning, and there's a lot of waiting. But you got to make like little tiny floors that were like too high, and you could choose what to put down in that space, whether it was an apartment building or say some kind of suite, or they had different things. And later on, you got specialty buildings that you could put like a hospital and clinics and, you know, janitors and things of that sort. This kind of looks like it when I was going through it real quick, because they are very small floors and each one is kind of specialized. You know, like this is the growing place and this is my crafting place, and this really looked like the garage to me. If you like this game, chances are you probably like Sim Tower. There's a lot of ones out there. I think there's one called Tiny Tower right now, which is a very popular one out there, which basically is Sim Tower ripped off. I don't know if they paid the people who produced Sim Tower you know, royalties on that one, or even if Sim Tower was the first one who did it, they were the very first one I'm aware of. Let's see, we need to make some more food and some more beer. We're probably going to be out of water here pretty soon as well. Let's make 5 if we can. Yep, water. Dang it, man, we just never have enough of that stuff. Okay, so we can either look for water, I'll chop that down too, or we can drain one of our pools. And I think we do have a pool somewhere down here that we don't really need. Like this one over here. Yeah, I mean, we're never coming over here for the most part to do anything other than not even really fish, because the fish would only be just 1 or 2 in here before it's out, and I have to wait for it to recharge. And I'd have to use a portal, and they don't fish very quickly, so that's probably something I would never do. And I was going to say, since you're here, you can go ahead and harvest that little silver right there, but I guess not, because I don't have any scaffolding with me. And hopefully you guys will pick this stuff up and take it back before the timer runs out. Because I know just one of them will stay down here. Like, he'll continue to just stand there until the timer runs out. It's what always happens. And then I don't have a dwarf that can do anything for me for, like, you know, 25 minutes while he tries to find his way back. And then when he finally does, he's always injured and has to go straight to bed for another, like, 10 minutes. So I tried not to let that happen. Come on, gather the water, guys. I don't want to waste more power on another portal. Come on, go, guys. Come on, go. Go. Pick it up and go. Come on. Always one of them, I swear. If he doesn't go by 15, I'm taking control. There we go. Now you got to make sure that nobody comes back, because there might be a good chance one of them's going to sneak through at like 2 or 3 seconds. I don't know if they're like programmed to kind of drive you nuts sometimes on purpose, but I wouldn't put it past the programmers. Like, if I had a sense of humor and I was making video games, that's something that I would throw in there after like the 3rd year of like programming this. Holy crap, where'd all these guys come from? Oh, you know what? They just been spawning, and yeah, they just built up a nice little army down here. I don't know if we're gonna go down there and ever kill those guys. Definitely something we could do for fun, I guess, if you consider that fun. I don't know if it would be. Like I said, it kind of breaks my heart every single time I lose a dwarf, because all those skills and experience points, and even more so now because I had taken time, you know, in the last few levels to kind of actually just build stuff, and so they're going up in those skills. I'm out of water. That's why, or not water, but beer. That's why nothing's getting put down. Not enough fish. I don't really have a lot of coal. Yeah, I only have 5 coal. I don't want to waste that. Could always make more with more wood, but again, wood is not something I waste very readily if I can avoid it. You know, like there's tons of stuff that I wasted on already. I don't need to be adding to the list. And so, if anything, I try to subtract from it as much as possible. In fact, I haven't put down any of my traps, and I do need to, yeah, unfortunately, I do need to make at least a few of those before the next wave. And I'm going to put down even less this time. I'm only going to put down 20. There we go. Make it a 22. There we go. That way I can do 11 on either side. And I'll just do it as close as possible. That's 2, 4, 6, 8. Well, I'll stop right there. Let's see. Might need to put some over here. No, they actually didn't get over here. So we'll keep putting down a few here. again, I don't know how these things work. Like, nobody ever got inside, and I don't know if I just put them in, like, horrible positions, which could be the case. I think that probably is. But, I don't... We have a couple more. I guess I could build one a little closer by. I just don't know where I would put it. Like, I guess I could put it here, but none of my guys ever go out that way. I could put it over here, but I don't think any of the enemies made it that way. I have these up here, and they never used them. Like, they just didn't jump up there and get in them. So, I don't know if this is a command for it or not, but I got to pay attention a little bit more in the next one and see if there is. Okay, so I think that's all the traps we really need. And I haven't had to do any maintenance with telling these guys to go to bed in a very, very long time. And I think the reason behind it is if you're not doing fights, they will tell themselves to go to bed when it's time. They will tell themselves when to eat. And since they're not really taking any big damage, you know, when they have just one health bar down or something like that, it's really not life-threatening. But when you're going into fights all the time, it can definitely get that way very, very quickly. So that's why you kind of have to keep up with it, I think, a little bit more. In fact, let's do the stone first. No, we need to... How far did we go? Here we go. Replace earth. Replace earth. Keep going. Hopefully we have enough, because I don't really want to stop and make more. There we go. No, not stone wall. Replace earth. There we go. And, yeah, I probably won't do the flooring, because that's going to be an enormous undertaking with the stone to be able to get all of that. I should come over here and start fishing. I usually do have somebody here just constantly on fishing. I don't know why some of the time it stops for you, stops fishing. I think what it is it will fish up until all the fish are gone. And, you know, depending on the size of the body of water, that may be infinite, or that may be, you know, 5-10 minutes or something of fishing. Because these do respawn after a while. Like, you can empty it out completely and still have these fish come back after a while. Like, you can't overfish it, basically, which is, you know, kind of unrealistic. But, you know, that's asking for a whole lot, I think, to make it where, like, it can realize how many fish are in there, and you got to be paying attention to that, and that's just not very friendly when you're fishing, and that would be like a game in itself. So yeah, not really, you know, wanting that. I think that would be unreasonable to ask for. And replace stone wall. No, I don't want to replace stone wall. I guess, can I not replace? That might be a problem if I can't replace the, yeah, I guess I can't. These little bones. And you can't dig under there because there's, oh, that sucks. So I'll have to actually take that down. Yeah, I have to actually take that building down to be able to fix that spot, which we are going to do, apparently. Build wooden wall. Okay. And that, dang it, so yeah, remove forge. The forge is something I use all the time, so I don't even like taking one of them down, but we will put it right back up if I remember. And that's another reason I was kind of hesitant to do it, because I know my memory, and I know I'm gonna get sidetracked on something else and then be like, where's my other forge? Like, why are there only 2 guys working? Where's all the other things, you know? And then be like, oh great, so like I wasted like 4 hours without my other forge. Although it's not really that big of a deal at this stage of the game. I mean, you know, we're pretty close to the end, and so that's why I was taking a little bit of time to kind of mess around with some of these things before you know, it's completely over, and we have to either play the level over again, which you guys may notice that I'm kind of stalling against, because I really don't want to do it. I like the game, but I mean, I just got through this level. I'm trying to do it all over again is a bit much to ask, I think, but we will do it. We'll get through it, I'm sure. That's just me procrastinating on something that... let's keep fishing, man. Keep fishing. On something that may actually not be as bad as I'm thinking, you know? It just maybe... I may get back into it and be like, oh, this is fantastic. Now I know exactly what to expect, when to expect it, and I'm not going to be, you know, thrown off guard because, oh, they're coming from this direction now, or... you know, the levels are randomly generated, so even though I'm very familiar with this playthrough, it doesn't mean like the same resources will even be on the map, and if they are, no guarantee that they're going to be in the exact same spot. So, yeah, it definitely does throw in that sense of, you know, it's going to be a different playthrough regardless. But let's see, we need some of these plants as well. We really need the water, and this is a good enough time to come out here and get some of it. Let's gather that. Now, there was something I wasn't paying attention to early on in the game that I believe Tamara was, and they let me know that if you come over here and you chop down cactuses without a bucket in your inventory, then the water that comes out of there comes out of the cactuses like this loose water that then you have to then collect into squares and bring back to your base. Whereas if you already have a bucket, it somehow takes that into account when you chop the cactus down, and we'll put them in little squares for you that then anybody can pick up who has a bucket and take back to the base for you. So it's kind of nice because in this form, in the loose form of water, it can either evaporate or be absorbed very, very quickly. And in the square form, in the cube form, it tends to stay a lot longer, and therefore you have much more time to come over there and pick up the item before it kind of despawns on you, and you lose the ability to do that. Let's go ahead and gather this water as well. Now, I haven't been using my portals in a while because I haven't really been in that big of a rush for them to get out to any location. But when you're harvesting these items, I tend to find that it's so much better to have that portal handy so that they can get these items a little quicker, and then using minions to help reduce the amount of times or the trips that they have to take back into the portal to basically take items back through that they have already harvested, will tend to make the work very quick. As you can see, they're just kind of powering through everything, and everything's getting chopped down. And then, you know, like I said, the minions will go to work and pick up everything, and your dwarves can then go back and do whatever they were doing before, which is, in my case, messing around with the house and things of that sort. So that's why I like the combination. I just wasn't keeping up with it fast enough with my minions. If I had done that the very first moment they got out here, or even had a couple of them waiting for them to get here to be able to chop down their first tree, I think it would have kept up with it nicely, and they wouldn't be picking up anything, and they'd already be back at my base and continuing on where I kind of want them to be over here. Let's do the stucco. We're going to do a little bit more of this. We do need to put a light up here as well, but we're going to wait on that. Let's keep doing the rear of this as well as... No, we don't want to replace the sand. We want to replace, I guess, the earth, because the sand pieces in the front, yeah, I guess that should be fine. And we should put one more down here. And we have more, yeah, we have more scaffolding, so we can finally do this area. We can go ahead and chop this stuff down. Where are you guys running, actually? And we're going to chop you down because you're so close. And that's the mushroom that we just never have enough of. This one right here. We just never have enough of that when we want to do our power potions. Although that hasn't really been an issue. Where are they going? Like, what did I tell them to do over here that would make them want to rush over here like that? I don't think there's anything over here that should have that priority. Like, there's... Unless there's just something on the ground that they saw that they're like, oh, I should go pick that up. And, man, it has to be something very small that I did not see. Is somebody still digging over here? No, this guy never got woke up. This guy's still sleeping. And there's some gold over here. Yeah, a couple pieces of gold nuggets that I can still mine. There's some, what are those, crystals, I believe? Yeah, they're the dark crystals and light crystals and stuff. You can hear some flapping. Oh, there we go. It saw my my light from my cursor and decided to come on up to play. Where is he going? Wherever this guy is going is where those dwarves were headed. I want to see where that is. Like, what is he trying to pick up? And there's multiple guys coming down here. Okay. Oh, there's already one over here. Is it this? You can't get in there. Although I wish you could. That's a really nice piece. I may actually... Yeah, I think I'll just bite the bullet and use the spell that does the little war one and picks it up for me. Compass, no. Magic Collect, yeah, that's the one. Let's put that down here. Uses 3, which is not bad. It's about the same price as a minion. But it's only going to pick up these in that situation, which is more than worth it. Now, where are these guys going? Where are they going? There's a few more up here, aren't there? No, I don't see them. They're going like the longest route you can go to get to wherever they're trying to get to. You know, with these cobwebs being as big as they are, can he go into a place I've never seen before? I guess he can, and he doesn't show me where he's going. There's something over here. But these cobwebs being as big as they are, I kind of wish these little minions could get stuck in them. Like, that would make sense. Like, that would be a cool yet terrifying thing to make sure that you cleared up all these little tunnels and you put torches everywhere. Otherwise, you'd have a lot of spiders hanging around and your little minions wouldn't really be able to get to any place. And maybe make it where they get stuck in there, and if your dwarves come over there and free them in time, because they already have like something stuck in them the size of like your minions or whatever. So if they could get stuck in there and your dwarves come over there and try to free them in time, they get back out and they can go off and keep doing what they're doing. But if they don't, they get like turned into almost like a blockage in its own right, where even your dwarves have a hard time cutting through it or something. And it's kind of grotesque, I guess, in a way, but it does kind of make sense like that would be a thing. Wow, that is a long, long way down there. How could there be something there? Oh, I can hear digging. Yeah, it's one of those little dudes. He's digging right here. And there's some coal over here as well, which we should probably get. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and put a portal. Give it a couple minutes on that. And we're going to come down here and get this coal. So I can make a little bit more food, because we're pretty low on that. And we do have a wave incoming here pretty soon. Yeah, there we go. And then you're going to come back as soon as you can. I probably shouldn't have put down 2 portals, because I didn't notice the amount of time we have left before before the next wave gets here. And I'm doing this episode a little bit longer than the last one because, yeah, we had some problems with our recording there for a minute there, and I'm not sure why. Like, it springs up ever so often, and it doesn't really give me any reason. I stop the recording, the lag goes away, and then doesn't come back until it feels like it. So, like I said, it's I hate it when it happens on video. Like, it very rarely happens, but when it does, it annoys me to no end, and I have no doubt it's probably doing the same thing to you guys. So, I do, just incredibly am sorry for when that happens. I do try my best. Maybe one day I'll be using like state-of-the-art technology, but until I hit super big, I'm just like you guys. I'm using the best that I can afford and the best that I have, and hopefully that's good enough. I mean, hopefully you guys still can enjoy the videos to some extent, even if it happens, rarely. And like I said, I do my best to make sure that it is super rare. But like I said, hopefully if you still enjoy the videos, that it's not too big of a deal. Because I'm sure it's happened before. It's probably going to happen again, even as much as I try not to. So they did put down the same stuff, but that's a different... Oh, I forgot that it was a different color. They had like 4 or 5. No, it's just 3. You know what? I like the gray. Let's try the gray out. Let's give the gray a chance and see how that looks. It might be too much, but... we might as well see. Maybe even make this top piece up here different colors, like sections. So like this could be one room, and that would be, that other third color, and this one would be the tan, and then like the gray color over here on this side of the bridge, which that could work. Yeah, I think that's probably what we're gonna do. It's a weird color, to be honest. Like, that's really dark. I couldn't really see any reason why somebody would want their wall to be that color. I don't know. That's just... Maybe with the light. Maybe with the light it's going to be a little bit brighter. But we'll have to see. And 2 may be overwhelming. Like, I could probably get away with just putting 1 right here in the center. But I like these lights. They give a lot of comfort to the house and don't take up a lot of space that wouldn't otherwise already be taken up with things like that. So... let's take this down and put it over here. Do we need to take this? No, we don't really need to chop that. We do need to put a flooring in over here, a piece of stone. So let's do that. Build stone wall. There we go. Yeah, because we're going to end it right there with stucco. So let's build. Oh, that's a twist on something I was not expecting. I can't build a second wall on this as like I did down here where I put the different you know, like the bridge and stuff like that. I can't do that because it just changes the backdrop, and that's, I don't know if they meant it to be that way. I don't think they did. But how, I mean, like the right clicking with the second mouse button just gets rid of the object altogether. So we got one on the left, two on the right. Okay, well, this is the moment of truth, and we got another one opening up. Nope, that's the same one. This is the moment of truth. Wow, I could get away with putting so many more traps down since I moved this little totem over here. That, yeah, that's might be worth it because it's so far away. They have to spawn even further away, and man, if I had the wood to put down, or if the traps were renewable in some way, they would not stand a chance. Like, these guys would just be dead. Let's see. Come on, guys. Where are you guys? Okay, well, only the right side so far seems to have any guardians. And they got to go through basically two of my towers to get to me. They got to go through this first set right here, and then they got to go through the second set, which is what they're normally after anyways. So I'm not really too worried about these guys. They usually go after the, I think it's like the easiest place for them to get to, and I think they see that this has no flooring, and somehow they feel like this is the best spot. Or maybe they're just going after the main building right here. Nope, they're actually coming in and trying to attack this time. They're not lasting very long. They're not doing any damage. But, yeah, I guess they felt like they had a chance there. That's one method. I guess that's fine with me if that's where they want to kind of stick themselves. Here we go. So they did have some with them. And they're making quick work of it. Oh, my God. That's so amazing. And while they're killing those things, they're also killing these guys. I like that. I like how I can trap them in there. That's a nice little deterrent. In fact, I like this whole setup where you can have a couple cages to block some of the big guys and just get killed at a distance, and then slow them down. And I would even go so far as putting a couple more cages like right here, and then slow them down a little bit further. And if they're not dead by then, chances are, you know, they're just going to overwhelm you. And if you put a couple really, really good doors here, that would stop them for some time, and that would give you a little bit longer to kill them. But it can reach all the way over here, which means it could reach all the way over here before you really had to put a door. The only problem with doing that is I don't know what priority it takes on distance. Like, yeah, it hits these guys first, and if they get all the way over here, it hits these guys first. But once it gets past them to the right, do they still take that as a priority, or do they go back to what's underneath them and kind of leave these guys to beat on your door until they get through? So I don't know, you may not want to go all the way over into that distance, but you definitely can for the range on the towers anyways. Look, they're trying to build themselves across. They've been trying to do that for a while. 3 seems to be the limit, although that guy looked like he was about to put a 4th one down. So maybe they are getting... Oh yeah, that's better. I wonder why it needed a door right here. Now it's just shooting straight across, and it's just kicking the crap out of these guys, which is just amazing. They're not even getting any hits on this stuff, so I could have done with like wooden doors and still would have been fine. Although that's really pushing it. That would be very, very dangerous to do that. Well, I mean, you know, if you don't mind losing your towers, then it wouldn't really be that bad, but I don't want to lose mine. They're so precious. Oh, precious. Oh, they really make you feel it when you lose something like that, because it takes so long to be able to even make the stuff you need to make the pieces that then you can use to make this piece. I mean, it's like this long, drawn-out recipe that really takes you 3/4 almost, you know, to the end of the game before you get close enough to actually being able to use these things. And before you get to put these things down, these towers, the only other tower you get is like the wooden one that springs the arrow. And you don't really get that one much sooner than you get these anyway, so you're just stuck with traps for a very long time. And now that I know about these things, maybe I will use, you know, these little spring action traps and the gates as well, and put my guys up here, and they can just sit there like archers and shoot down, kind of do the function of these towers, but in another means that I guess, you know, just doing it manually until you get the better stuff that will allow you to do it without you having to watch and rally your troops in a certain location. I guess these guys are dead and they're just kind of frozen there. I'm not sure. We need to come over here and chop all of this stuff down. Let's grab these things. And yep, that's everything over here. And I will put down a few minions to kind of help with the scavenging of stuff. And we will go ahead and end the episode here, guys. Again, I do apologize for the last one. I hate when the lag shows up, but again, I did do this one a little bit longer to kind of make up for that. I do try to do them around 30 minutes a piece. Sometimes they run longer just because I like to talk. I like to play the game quite a bit, and so, you know, I don't always cut it off when I'm supposed to. But a lot of the time lately, it's been going a little short, and that's, you know, I like long videos, so shorter videos are kind of unacceptable to me. So again, guys, if you do enjoy these videos, hit that like button, subscribe. Definitely helps grow my channel, and I greatly appreciate it. Also, keep those comments coming. I love hearing the designs and ideas that you have. As you can see, that's what I'm trying out here, is a design and an idea that one of our viewers let me know about. And, you know, these traps right here seem to be working very, very well. The loopholes, I'm sure I'm just doing something completely wrong with them, and that's why they're just not really being used efficiently, or in my case, even at all. Maybe it's just placement-wise. I bet that's exactly what it is. But that was a viewer suggestion, so I do read those comments. I do reply to them. I do take into account what you guys want to see. Again, the pillbox was as well. So I do very much enjoy the journey that we guys are taking together. So again, guys, thanks for watching, and I will catch you next time.